From our studio in Georgetown, this is the TV Delmarva Channel 14 News at 4.
Good day, Delmarva. Reporter Rob Petrie here for TV Delmarva Channel 14 News. Straight ahead, 2 men were arrested after police say a traffic stop turned up drugs in Milford. A 61-year-old New Jersey man was arrested after police say he got naked and performed lewd acts that were witnessed by children in Newark. And the governor undergoing staffing changes in his office. These stories and more coming up, but weather first with Hunter Alton.
Good Wednesday, Delmarva. I hope everyone is enjoying the wonderful sunshine that we are seeing across the area. We're finally looking at some nice warmer conditions as well, all thanks to an area of high pressure is beginning to settle in over the next couple of days. Taking a live look outside the TV Delmarva studios here in Georgetown, Delaware. Not even a single cloud in the sky. Plenty of those blue crisp skies and some nice comfortable temperatures too at this hour. Currently 58 degrees in Georgetown. Take a look at some satellite and radar. You can see pretty much everybody in the Mid-Atlantic states is seeing phenomenal weather across the region thanks to that area of high pressure. You can even still see a little bit of that leftover snow from the nor'easter in areas of the Appalachian Mountains and especially all the way up into New York. Now, unfortunately, we are expecting some increasing clouds during the overnight hours tonight that will continue into the day on Thursday, but the good news is we are done with the rain for the next couple of days and we got a nice weekend ahead as well with even warmer temperatures. Now let's have a look at those temperatures elsewhere on Delmarva at this hour, even though we are seeing temperatures a few degrees below average, but still rather nice regardless, especially with that sunshine. Currently 57 right now in Salisbury, 55 for Pocomoke City, a little bit cooler along the Atlantic Coast and Ocean City at 53 degrees, 56 right now in Easton, 57 for Centerville and Dover, as well as 57 up north in Wilmington, and currently 56 degrees in Newark. We are seeing some fairly dry conditions out there, not quite in the standards of elevated fire danger, but humidities this afternoon anywhere between about 30 and 40% for the most part with that area of high pressure settling into the region. We've also been seeing some fairly light winds as well, generally from the northwest, sustained anywhere between about 5 and 10 miles per hour, but we have been seeing some wind gusts maybe in the 10 to 15 miles per hour range, currently gusting to 13 in Georgetown, 12 in Salisbury, 10 in Easton, 12 for Dover, and a little bit stronger the further north you go in Wilmington and Newark at 16 and 17 miles per hour. Now, like I mentioned, we are going to be looking at increasing clouds tonight with some fairly cool conditions, but a bigger warming trend is in store for the rest of this week and including this weekend where we're going to be looking at some well above average temperatures. But I have all those details in your pinpoint forecast in just a little bit.
Well, 2 men were arrested after police say a traffic stop turned up drugs in Milford. According to the Milford Police Department, the incident occurred around 7:30 a.m. April 11th as an officer was on patrol in the area of North Walnut Street and Buccaneer Boulevard when he spotted a white Chrysler 300 with a dark window tint. Further investigation revealed that the vehicle did not have a tint waiver, at which time police say a traffic stop was conducted and the driver was identified as 19-year-old James Ellie of Milford with passenger 21-year-old Tyone Matthews of Dover. As officers made contact with Ellie, an odor of marijuana was found emanating from the vehicle and both men were removed. Officers located a large Ziploc bag containing a total of 97.5 grams of marijuana, a digital scale, and a black Smith & Wesson handgun under the passenger seat. Police say both parties were searched and Matthews was found to have oxycodone pills and a large sum of money on hand. Ellie and Matthews were both arrested and transported to the Milford Police Department. Warrants for both of them were sent to the Justice of the Peace Court and later approved. Ellie was arraigned and committed to the DOC in lieu of $10,500 $500 secured bail. Matthews was also arraigned and committed to the DOC in lieu of $55,000 secured bail. Well, a 61-year-old New Jersey man was arrested after police say he got naked and performed lewd acts that were witnessed by children through his hotel room window in Newark, Delaware. According to Newark police, the incident occurred 10:30 p.m. April 15th as officers were called to Embassy Suites Hotel on College Avenue for reports of an indecent exposure. Responding officers arrived and made contact with the female victim along with her two daughters, ages 9 and 11. The victims reported that as they were walking to their room within the hotel, they witnessed a man standing in the window of his room wearing only a towel. The blinds to the room were open, according to police. Once he made eye contact with the victims, he reportedly dropped the towel, exposing his genitals. Police say the suspect then began to perform a lewd act. The exposure and lewd act were also reportedly witnessed by a hotel employee. Newark police made contact with the man in his hotel room, later identified as 61-year-old Ronald Kessner of Tuckerton, New Jersey. He was taken into custody without incident and transported to the Newark Police Headquarters, where he was charged with indecent exposure in the first degree, indecent exposure second degree, and lewdness. He was arraigned and released on $6,000 unsecured bail. Well, Governor John Carney has announced that Jonathan Starkey, the Deputy Chief of Staff for Communications, will leave the office of the governor early next month to join Newark-based private student lender Sallie Mae as their Director of Corporate Communications. The governor issued the following statement praising Starkey's time in office, saying, quote, "John has been a core member of our team since day one. His experience and strategic advice were critical in helping us navigate through a long list of challenges over the past 5.5 years. And I'm especially grateful for his leadership in driving our communication efforts during the COVID-19 pandemic." Emily Hirschman, currently the Director of Engagement and Special Projects, will take on the role of Director of Communications and serve as the office of the governor's main point of contact for the media. And Jessica Borky, currently the Deputy Communications Director, will take on the new role of Director of Digital Government and Senior Advisor to the governor. Well, an exciting event to benefit veterans takes place this weekend in Dover that is sure to excite horse lovers here on Delmarva. Compassionate Hearts will hold their Reigns of Honor event this Saturday at 11 a.m. at Wilson Lodge in Dover, as we hear from the event's organizer and military program director, Elena Wise.
So we'll be kicking the day off with the national anthem. We'll have a few of our horses out there with us, presenting our nation's colors as well as the branches of the military. And then we'll have a delicious catered lunch as well as live music.
And this event, it goes towards benefiting our veterans. Why don't you tell everybody about who this benefits?
All the proceeds from this Saturday go directly to providing services that we provide, equine assisted psychotherapy, to active duty militaries, veterans, and their families.
Can we kind of talk a little bit about what that is, that equine therapy? How does that help?
Equine assisted psychotherapy is an alternative form of therapy. So rather than sit in an office with somebody staring at you, we take the clients out in the field with the horses. So we're a co-facilitated team. We have a licensed mental health professional, certified equine professional, and of course our horses. It is a non-judgmental, very non-threatening area. We're out in nature. It's very experiential and it's a very metaphorical model.
Now, you can get more details about the event at the organization's Facebook page, Compassionate Hearts. Coming up, nominations are now open for the 2022 Young Environmentalist Awards. More details straight ahead. Keep it here. DENREC is looking for Delaware students who are working to make a difference for the environment. Teachers, classmates, club or group leaders, family members, and others are encouraged to nominate students who made an environmental difference in the 2022 Young Environmentalists of the Year Awards. Nominations must be based on actions or projects which have taken place between July 1st, 2021 and June 30th, 2022. The Young Environmentalist program honors Delaware students whose actions have helped protect, restore, or enhance Delaware's natural resources. Nominations will be accepted through Thursday, June 30th. Each category winner will receive a certificate, gift card, and prize pack in recognition of his or her contribution to the community. Well, it's looking like we're in store for increasing clouds and fairly cooler temperatures tonight as we get a preview of your pinpoint weather forecast with Hunter Alton.
A wonderful afternoon is in store with plenty of sunshine and some warmer temperatures. Clouds will be on the increase tonight, leaving some fairly cool temperatures overall just to finish out this week. Now, even warmer temperatures are on the way towards the weekend with temperatures well above average. Now, the question is, how long will these warmer temperatures last? I'll let you know when we come back here on TV Delmarva, Channel 14 News. Alrighty, Delmarva, let's get right into the pinpoint forecast for the overnight hours into the day on Thursday, because we're still going to be expecting some fairly fantastic weather here on Delmarva, all thanks to an area of high pressure beginning to settle in. But tonight we will be seeing a little bit of an increase in those clouds with some partly cloudy skies for the most part, and we're going to be keeping those comfortable conditions too. Overnight lows 40 to 45 degrees, and the winds are going to be calming down from the south at about 5 miles per hour. As we take a look at the futurecast, rest of the overnight hours into Friday morning, this is 8 o'clock this evening, we're starting to see a little bit of an increase in those clouds moving in from the west. Temperatures in the upper 40s to about 50 degrees, but as we get into the heart of the overnight hours, although we are going to be looking at some comfortable temperatures and still fairly cool though into the lower 40s, but those clouds will be settling in with partly to even mostly cloudy skies at times. Waking up tomorrow morning though, we're still going to be looking at a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Temperatures are warming up into the mid and upper 40s, but by the time we get into the afternoon hours on Thursday, we're going to be looking at those 60s returning to areas of Delmarva, but still a little bit cooler along the Atlantic coast because we got that southerly wind and we got some onshore breeze keeping our coastal locations into the mid 50s. But don't be alarmed over towards our north and west in areas of Frederick and Westminster, Maryland. There is a little bit of a disturbance that will be moving through, maybe sparking some areas of some showers, but by the time it gets in our neck of the woods, it should be dry now, and we're going to be looking at more in the way of clouds finishing out the day with temperatures only into the mid 50s by 8 o'clock. But the good news is we're going to be looking at decreasing clouds going into tomorrow night, and that's going to be allowing temperatures to fall to about 50 degrees with mostly clear skies just in time for Friday morning. Thursday forecast overall, we got partly sunny skies and even milder day ahead with those afternoon temperatures of 60 to 65 degrees. The breeze is going to return once again from the south between 5 and 15 miles per hour. It's going to be a relatively warm breeze, and we have that combination of those breezy conditions and warmer temperatures. No surprise for your allergy index for Thursday. We're looking at some not so great levels once again, 10.7 out of 12, and of course we're still dealing with that tree pollen in the form of maple, juniper, and poplar going into Thursday. Now we're going to look at the marine conditions for your Thursday, beginning with the Atlantic. We got partly sunny skies, 54 degrees, winds from the southwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour with seas of around 2 to 4 feet. Take a look at the Delaware Bay. We got partly sunny skies as well, a little bit warmer, 58 degrees, winds from the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour with seas of less than 1 foot expected. And then on the Chesapeake Bay, partly sunny skies as well, even warmer at 60 degrees, winds from the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour, and you can expect seas of around 1 to 2 feet on the Chesapeake Bay. Now, as we get into the overnight hours tomorrow night, we are going to be looking at decreasing clouds, and we're going to be looking at some mostly clear skies, especially after midnight into Friday morning, and more in the way of those comfortable temperatures too. Overnight lows 46 to 50 degrees across the region, and the winds will be calming down once again from the south between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Now we are expecting some warm temperatures over the next couple of days, but the question is, will that be sticking around? Well, according to the Climate Prediction Center, in the next 8 to 14 days, this is a time period between April 27th all the way into the first couple days of May. And unfortunately, across much of the eastern portions of the United States, we're expecting more in the way of below average temperatures, which will be highs in the lower 60s and maybe even some 50s. And it's a good shot of that, all because we're still going to be looking at a constant trough across the eastern U.S., and that's going to be keeping conditions cold still going into the first couple days of May. Now, as we take a look at that extended outlook, well, beforehand, we're still going to be looking at some nice temperatures before that happens, especially going into this weekend. We're going to be looking at much drier conditions, all because of an area of high pressure beginning to settle in, and we're going to be looking at highs on Saturday in the upper 60s and even the mid 70s by Sunday. Even the start of the next work week starting Monday, 75 and partly sunny, and even warmer going into Tuesday of next week. But there is a cold front that will be moving through, and that's going to be sparking some isolated and some scattered showers by the afternoon hours, and that will be the onset of those cooler conditions to finish out the late portions of next week.
Coming up, Netflix is losing subscribers by the thousands as shares for the streaming giant continue to fall. More details straight ahead. Don't go away. As of this morning, Netflix shares were down about 37%, on course for their worst day in nearly a decade. This comes as the streaming giant announced they had lost roughly 200,000 subscribers over the course of January to March. The news comes as Netflix executives project that they will continue to lose subscribers, anticipating a loss of up to 2 million over the course of the next quarter. Some attribute the loss to pulling out of Russia following the war in Ukraine, while others say an increase in their subscription-based pricing is the cause. Netflix currently has roughly 221 million subscribers worldwide.
Weather Classroom is sponsored by No Nonsense Office Machines, committed to providing quality products and services with over 15 years of experience here in Sussex County. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today's weather lesson, we will be going over one of the most crucial devices that you can have in your home to protect not only yourself and your family, especially during severe weather, is a Noaa weather radio. Now, a Noaa weather radio, all hazards, or NWR for short, is a nationwide network of radio stations broadcasting continuous weather information directly from the nearest National Weather Service office. NWR broadcasts official weather service warnings, watches, forecasts, and any other hazardous information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Working with the Federal Communication Commission's FCC Emergency Alert System, NWR is a all-hazards radio network, making it your single source for comprehensive weather and emergency information, in conjunction with the federal, state, and local emergency managers and any other public officials. NWR also broadcasts warnings and post-event information for all different types of weather hazards, including such as earthquakes, avalanches, environmental concerns like with chemical releases or oil spills, and even public safety such as Amber Alerts or 911 telephone outages. Known for the voice of NOAA's National Weather Service, NWR is provided as a public service by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, part of the Department of Commerce. NWR includes more than 1,000 transmitters covering all 50 states, adjacent coastal waters, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the U.S. Pacific Territories. NWR requires a special radio just like this Midland USA radio that they provide as a receiver or a scanner capable of picking up the signal. Broadcasts are also found in the VHF public service band at 7 different frequencies. And now until May 2nd, you have the chance to win one of these life-saving devices. Go to our website, tvdelmarva.com, and on the home page you will find a list of rules and contest details of how to enter for this giveaway. Fill out a short form, and 3 of you could have the chance to win one of these Midland WR120B Noaa weather radios from us here at TV Delmarva. We'd like to thank our sponsors Midland USA and Wall Service Center for this opportunity to help promote awareness of severe weather in our community.
Well, that about does it for us today, Delmarva. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at TV Delmarva and on our website, tvdelmarva.com, for real-time news and weather updates. And while you're there, be sure to sign our petition calling on the major cable providers to carry TV Delmarva on their platforms so we can provide this kind of local programming to all of Delmarva. Until next time, I'm Rob Petrie reporting for TV Delmarva Channel 14 News.